But I don't know if you guys know about the Keke Palmer proposal situation that was going on apparently a week ago. So apparently, and this is just from like the bits and pieces I could gather from like half a TikTok, because I was like, I want to react to it with you guys. We'll go check out what the full story is just now. She gets proposed to at some event that she's at by who I'm assuming everyone else might be thinking or is like an SO that she has or someone she's like ever seen before. It is not. It is very much a stranger. And like this dude seems to be fucking for real about what he's doing. So that's as much as I know or think I know. Let's like hop into it. So first what I'm gonna play is the happenings of the day, and then like we'll go to the interview. The interview is like long, it's like 1 hour, but they did do chapters, and one of the chapters is like them discussing the proposal. So I hope that that's all we need, because I am not watching an hour of interview because we have to slay a princess just now.
Things took a very unexpected turn when Keke Palmer was speaking at a panel for her podcast, Baby This Is Keke Palmer, during South by Southwest. Everything was going normal while she sat on stage with her collaborators until a fan suddenly walked up to the stage and dropped down on one knee. The man pulled out what looked like a ring box and straight up proposed to Keke in front of the whole audience, leaving the room gagged. Without missing a beat, she politely told the fan she couldn't marry him because she literally does not know him. Eventually, security stepped in and escorted the fan away so the panel could continue. According to one attendee, the situation was actually brewing before the proposal even happened. They claimed...
Hold on. Keke Palmer stays not knowing who these men are. Like, I'm sorry, officer. I don't know who that man is. Like, no, it's actually like terrifying. So we watched this guy storm into the room 2 times before the event started and had to get removed from the room by security. So then how do you get in a 3rd time? That's what? Huh? Okay, sorry. Anyway, he found seats sitting with the family on the 2nd row, and we told Keke's team they were on watch, okay? He came up to us to sit next to us because it would have given him direct access to her, but we said no for that reason. He still went up there and proposed. Keke handled it with kindness.
Security earlier then came back and tried to sit closer to the attendee to get direct access to Keke.
Also, it's him like Toto being up there. Bro, what? Wait, what did she say? I can't marry you. I don't know you. I'm so sorry. Oh.
No. He on some weird shit.
The way everyone was just there, like, no, you on some creep shit. W crowd though, but like, yeah, nobody is fucking with this guy.
Yes, you need to get security.
She wants to say yes.
She wants to say yes is crazy. Cause that's totally how we say yes, by saying we don't know you. Hold on, did he actually say that with his whole chest?
Yes, you need to get security.
She wants to say yes.
She wants to say yes. Yes. Like, when I tell you guys to move with audacity in life, and y'all just opt out of audacity, this is the tier I'm talking about right here, because she wants. That's exactly what she wants, to say yes. Yes, it's just like on the tip of her tongue. She just can't find the words. She keeps saying no, but like, damn it, she is looking for the word. My guy must have watched True Jackson one time as a child and had the longest crush on Keke Palmer. Oh, guys, to have this level of PR training is just such like a dream. She didn't like, she wasn't aggressive about it. She was very like poised, very, I'm sorry, and like to the point too. She didn't like let it drag on. She's like, oh, I'll talk to you later, or like whatever. Like, she handled it like publicly. It was like, check, matter of factly, bro, I have no idea who you are, and like, that's just what's up, right? Which is probably why it didn't go super viral. But then now she speaks on it. It's a segment it's an interview, like it's an interview panel. It's a channel, it's a YouTube channel called Decisions. I will link it on YouTube. This is episode 466 of their interview, my panel, my bobs, called Decisions, and this is what she had to say.
Now, I did want to ask you, because we were talking about comments on social media.
Yes.
We talked about how you had a really good response to your new body as a new mama, and those relationships, those parasocial relationships, were dope. However, we just saw, girl, you was at South by Southwest.
Now, I do want to also preface this by saying, when you do interviews, you got a team. This was one of those things that we really wanted to check in with and see if it was okay to discuss with you, because
Oh, wow.
that, for me, was really scary to watch. Not just...
Can you explain to the people who may not have seen
Of course.
I love y'all.
When, we are casual friends. We don't talk all the time. Seeing a clip of you look a little bit scared when you have so much confidence. And at South by Southwest, somebody proposed to you. And I wanted to talk about it because of how you handled yourself. And we talk about safety so much. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it was so violating that it's like, how can you do this in a way that feels tasteful?
Because now, like, a lot of the time, especially if, like, you connect with people, like, on screen, right? Nobody's sure what's going on. Is this guy part of the team? We're just already vulnerable, just like being here. You know what I mean? People interact with you on a screen where no matter what they do on the other side of the screen, you will never know, right? And like life goes on. But like now someone is like tweaking in your face. Like, bruv.
You are so fun. So to bring Keke down from the fun may not be fun for you to watch. But like, I want you to walk us through when you were looking, when that ring came out, like you asked if it was a prank, like walk us through a little bit of how you kept composure.
First of all, I just love you guys. I love you guys so much. I love talking with y'all, hanging with y'all. I like how y'all present everything and give me the opportunity to talk to it. So at first, I will show you a little bit because I want you to be able to see what the vibe was. This is how I knew that something was wrong, because the ring was nice.
Stop it.
It wasn't like no Cracker Jack ring.
Keke, please don't make me laugh.
Serious.
Why are we laughing now?
The ring looked expensive. And then look.
No, that's
expensive.
crazy.
That's when I knew
So someone literally went to American Swiss and they're like, I'm buying this for Keke Palmer. Sorry.
something's up. But like, so talk to each other right now and then just look at me when you have to.
Okay.
So, we about to have Keke on here today.
She didn't say the talk. We're just acting. You see?
No.
Oh, wait. With the ring.
With this type of eye contact. And so I was like thinking to myself that's when I was like, is this a joke? Because it was so sincere. Like I could see in his eyes that we've had romance. We had a lifetime in this man's eyes where he was like seriously
guys, parasocialism. Oh, what a scary thing. Sorry, I have like a follow-up, but let me
like it gave the day finally came. And I'm like, how could this be? And so then I was like, okay, sir, no, I cannot marry you. I cannot marry you, sir. And then that's when I knew, when he started looking back to the people and he was like, she wants to say yes, help her say yes. And I was just like, oh no.
He said,
he said, help her say yes. That's when I got sad, guys, because I feel like
also, like, W crowd for, like, scoping that this guy's a creep. Because can you imagine? Like, at this point, personally, I follow Keke sometimes. Like, I know, like, the major, like, the drama that, like, goes what. So, like, I knew when she got pregnant. I knew when, like, there was that whole stitch with the baby daddy. I knew the whole stitch with, like, Usher and him. I knew, and then, like, a couple of, like, her bodies of work. Obviously, like, when she, like, is acting and stuff. But, like, I could not tell you at this point in time, 12th April 2026, who she's with. Right? So can you imagine I'm just sitting there. I have no concept. Let me go propose to Scissor. See if I have better luck. Oh my God. Because like, shucks, I forgot what I was saying. Fuck. Oh, I was saying that like I could not tell you on like April 12th who she's with. So can you imagine now I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, maybe like she's just with a shy guy who just wants to do like a public proposal or whatever, which like why, you know what I mean? Where I have like no context of anything that could be going on. I like sit there and like he's just there like she wants to say yes, help her say yes or whatever. And then like I sit there because I'm like just doof. I'm like literally just I'm not thinking at that time, right? I'm just like being entertained. I'm like switched off damn near, and I just go yes, 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 and like two other people just go yes. Yes, and now it's pressure to say it. Can you imagine how that would have went. Like, I'm saying W crowd for scoping the situation, but like the potential to go south is what would have been scary for me. Like if I was Keke in that moment and like I come off stage, just the potential for like this could have gone south, this could have hit the shitter, this could have hit the fuck out the shitters is like crazy.
Like this happened, it's not even about me. It's about like we're really in a really bad time, like economically, like loneliness rates are at an all-time high, depression is up, you know, people suicide. Like for him to I felt so I was nervous more for myself, delayed after, because I was like, oh, it could have got dangerous. But in the moment, it went from this is a joke to I've got to be careful with how I break the reality of this guy. Because this is fragile. Because for him to walk up, for him to go, first of all, he looked clean cut. He like a pretty together guy.
That's the thing. He looked so freaking regular. You know, like how about like, oh, like among this crowd of people, who's a stand-up guy? Like you'd easily pick him out the crowd. That is insane. That's insane. But like, yeah, I was saying the fight or flight of everything just like coming down after that. That's gotta be scary as all fuck. Like, I don't know how to yo. Where like, I think a lot of the time when you're like scared in the moment, cause like as just like a girl in this world, trust me, I know, when you're in immediate danger, I feel like your fight or flight response knows what the fuck to do. Like it can just get itself together. But when everything starts just calming down, your kidneys start calming the fuck down, your brain starts calming the fuck down, your body starts relaxing, the fear that kicks in is like almost debilitating.
At this ring, the ring looked expensive. He paid for a ticket to be in South by Southwest. They're not cheap.
They're not.
And then he got the gumption to walk up here and ask me to marry and actually believed that I could potentially say yes. This is nothing to play with. And that's why I got started feeling sad, because I was thinking to myself, man, this guy is in a really bad way, man. We might look back at his storyline, he might have just got laid off. He might have got laid off, started living at his mama's house, and watched me say, you know it's your girl. And he don't watch every episode of Baby This Keke Palmer. He like, she makes me happy.
Is the connection that you build.
Keke is better than I am.
We all know you. I feel like I know you. I feel like watching my phone, seeing Leo, you give us so much. Did it make you want to stop?
Man, you know what?
That's a very good question.
I've had different moments of extreme visibility throughout my career. I remember when I did True Jackson VP and the show first hit.
You mentioned that.
And I remember going to my uncle has been on dialysis for many years, and this was like the beginning of it, and it's a timer that you have to go back and do all that type of stuff, right? And so like hundreds of people were surrounding me at the place. And I felt when I was a kid and I would experience extreme fame and visibility, I would be stunted and I wouldn't know how to speak to it and I wouldn't know what to do, and it would traumatize me, and I would just kind of like, I don't know how to let them down. But then like, we got to go back and get my uncle on this dialysis machine, and my parents are like, we need to go, but I don't want to know who to disappoint. How do I honor myself? How do I honor my family? How do I honor their reality of me? So now, flashbacking forward to where I am now.
As a kid, it's crazy to have to handle.
It makes me want to talk about it. It makes me want to share and say that I do understand what I represent, and I do understand how people are responding to me, and I do care about those things. But I must be honest, and I must say, I'm only human. You know what I'm saying? Like, I give what I can, and I show joy, and I share because that's who I am. But like, I have limitations, you know, and I hope that we can all start having these conversations around what it means to be an entertainer, what it means to be a celebrity, what it means to have impact and visibility. Because
you also know what's scary though? Anyone with an Instagram can be in a situation where someone has a parasocial relationship with them. Like if you were a woman in your city posting photos,
without a doubt,
a man that saw your picture and knows that you live in the same city could start seeing you. And so, and also for the people listening, we have to remember it's not just the podcasters or celebrities or child stars, singers, you know.
It's actually the scariest thing. I could never be like a vlogger, like a come with me to, and then like we're just like exploring the city that I'm in, like a freaking, you know, let's go jogging today, like show a map of like what my route was and like what all that was, because it is scary as all fuck out here. I'm like terrified for the girls, because like it was some story like a while back, sorry to just like go on a complete tangent where like it was where the narrative of like stop posting your jogging routes, especially if you jog like around the same neighborhood and it's just the same route every day that you're like posting. Because it would post like, you know, like 5K, here's the little ziggity zag of like, you know, all where you ran. Here's the time that you ran, time that it took, where like someone would literally take that and be like, I know exactly where and when to find her at what time because these are her jog times and this is the jog route. So if I just wait somewhere here on this route, I can do all I need to do before anyone even knows of anything that could be going on.
It's for all of us.
It's for all of us as women
It is true.
to realize that people could have relationships with us in their mind as long as we're placing our pictures online.
And that's why I do think people, like, I get it. The celebrity for the celebrity is a thing. Fame for fame is a thing, right? I'm not shading anybody's reality and how they want to make money. But this is why I never understood it. Because, you know, it's one thing to want, to want to be known for what you do and creating something, whatever it is. I can understand how you'd be willing to put yourself on the line for that. I understand why visibly you'd be like, okay, this is for my cause or this is for my blah, blah, blah. But, like, it's not nothing to play with for no reason at all.
Right.
You know, just to be seen and not being actually known and want to be, you know, that's a lot for anybody to handle. So I think people should also really think about that. Like you're saying, like social media, whether you're an influencer or not, or just somebody that posts and whatever, like these are things to think about. You know, when I came into the game, I didn't know about fame and popularity. It's something that ended up happening, but I remain doing what I'm doing because I care about my craft. I care even more so as I've grown up in my generation. I care about being a reflection, like my podcast. I care about like reflecting the conversations we're having online the same way that you guys. We're the same. Where it's like I'm interested in pop culture. I want to talk about these things, and so yeah, it's like it is what it is. It comes with it.
I will say something that I really love that you've been doing more. First off, you have an act to just get people to be completely comfortable with you. So we've seen how you got Usher to open up about his experience with sex at an early age. But one of the clips that recently had a lot of us talking as women, especially millennial women, is the fact that we were dating older guys.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to talk about what those conversations.
That's a whole other topic for a whole other day. But like, guys, no, it's actually great because this kind of reminds me vaguely. Just going back to this exact type setting where you're literally on stage, it's just you're seeing your fans for like the first time, if it's fans inside there, you're seeing Ing, and it kind of reminds me, I don't know if you guys were there for the TwitchCon drama, was it this year, was it last year, sometime between this year and last year, I don't know where they hold it somewhere in the world somewhere, where there was a streamer, a super large streamer, her name is Emiru, where she had like a meet and greet, right? Mind you, before all of this happened, there was a situation where, what happened at TwitchCon? Yo, dude. So there was a situation where like a lot of streamers before TwitchCon, let's say this is like 2 weeks, maybe a month before TwitchCon, a lot of the largest streamers are pulling out. They're going, guys, I'm not going to TwitchCon. I don't think that's a safe place to go, right? And like, you know, like with a lot of large, especially female streamers, you find that like the parasocialism be kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. So a lot of them were like, no. But like Valkyrie, they were like, we're not going. But like Cutie Cinderella, they were like, we are not going to TwitchCon. And then like they asked Emiru, they're like, are you going to TwitchCon? She's like, yeah, like, you know, sounds fun, whatever. She goes with, I think, her 2 roommates and like a couple of other friends. They even have like a stream, barking like a marathon stream, I guess, from like their house to like TwitchCon, because it was like across states. So I don't know how long it took, maybe like 2, 3, and 4, I don't know, days to drive over to TwitchCon. So now they at TwitchCon. She's having a meet and greet and everyone is just standing in line. Obviously, like there'd be some people holding like a freaking plushie or whatever object that can substitute as a plushie. They have their little plushies. Everyone is just standing there. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to like give my little plushie to Emiru. Oh my gosh, can't wait to like go say hi to Emiru or whatever. And she's like meeting her fans as one does. So now, I got at a con, it would be like con staff, especially if you're like a large streamer, they'd be con staff. I think she brought her own security. There'd be con security there, just like in general. And then there was like a whole group of fans, right? But then I don't think the con security, like, because with her, between her security and the con security, it's not consistent type uniform. It's not everyone wearing one thing, so we sort of like know how to identify who's like doing what. So this guy, massive ass dude, literally like walks on over. So now he walks with such like conviction that everyone is thinking, okay, this must just be like the fucking, I don't know, the like con manager coming in to be like, you have half an hour left or what, like, you know what I mean? Like everyone is just assuming he has something to tell Emiru as like part of con stuff. So he marches on over to her, only for him to literally okay, here's a book. This is her. He literally grabs her and like tries to like lean in for a kiss. So she like moves back. She's like, oh, what the fuck? Then only does like her security, not even con security, her security rush over to like remove the guy from the thing, and then he marches on out, only to like never be seen again. I don't know if they eventually caught him, but now last I heard, they were still trying to like see who all this dude is. So he just like, after he like tries to kiss her, he just waltzes on out of there, and that's what's up. And that is crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like, like everything about Keke such violent. People watch too many movies. And that's like, what were you expecting out of that interaction? For her to be like, oh, wow, oh my knight in shining armor. Like, what the fuck are you expect? Oh, child. Anyways, so that's what happened with Emiru, and now this is what's happening with Keke Palmer. Where it's like, bruh, what exactly are we hoping to get out of these wild ass things we're choosing to do? It's crazy. Earlier this week there was a whole you know, that the little kid character from Fairly Odd Parents. I saw this from Moist Critical. Let me not even tell it. Hear it from not the horse's mouth, but like but like another YouTuber who's gonna tell it better than I can, because it's diabolical either way.
What are some of the most dangerous combinations on the planet? Dynamite and a lighter, opioids and alcohol, Charles White and a basketball. But what about obsession and a weirdo? That is a recipe for disaster.
Like,
a deranged individual becoming obsessed with someone or something. That is boogeyman shit. And I'm not talking obsessed about like, oh, I'm obsessed with working out or something like that. I'm talking about the obsession where it becomes like a full-blown fixation and genuinely a full-blown red alert mental disorder that spirals out of control and has oftentimes in the past led to some fatal outcomes, like with stalkers. Most notably, the one everyone always goes to is the Bjork stalker, Ricardo Lopez.
He was the one that filmed himself blowing his brains out
after forming this obsession with Bjork and trying to assassinate her with a letter bomb, trying to murder her. It's frightening. It is genuinely scary. Someone became fixated on a child from Fairly Odd Parents, a character named Hazel. And this obsession has become so strong that now they are sending threatening emails to the voice actress that plays this character on the show. And I've seen a handful of people saying that it's not that big.
Wait, first of all, this is a child. This is already you're. Oh my gosh. Like, guys, the Epstein files. We're still trying to get them like rounded up, see what the fuck's going on.
Give a deal. Just point and laugh at this weirdo and move on. He's probably harmless. Just pop some popcorn and clown on him. And I just think that that's not exactly the way of handling someone like this. This is someone that needs to be reported, like, genuinely to authorities. This is someone that is, like, actually unhinged. This is a potential maniac, and I don't think it gets taken seriously enough when it comes to this kind of shit. So anyway, I'll show you what we went over on stream, and then we also went over some other big examples of people just like this guy that have in the past gone on killing sprees as a result of their obsession with cartoon children. Fairly Odd Parents voice actress Ashley Crystal Hairston shares disturbing obsessive email from fan fixated on character Hazel. Ashley, the last time I sent you a message, you ignored me. I really did not appreciate being discarded like that, so I'll try to reach out to you again. You do not have to respond, but I implore you to at least listen to what I have to say.
The fact that this isn't his first email that he's sending is kind of crazy, because like, you didn't, after you press send on the first one, you didn't go, damn, that was kind of unhinged. Let me not do that again. No, you doubled down
But if she doesn't respond, you feel discarded and get upset and then send another email. It's a lose-lose. You're not even really giving her permission. It's the illusion of choice. I'm going to assume you did not read the DM I sent you. But on the off chance you did, I apologize for using racial slurs.
Guys, the girls
So
are,
I'd just
the
like
girls
to
are
reiterate
wild.
that I am completely in love with Hazel. She is perfect in every way. To say I'm in love with her is honestly an understatement. She is the love of my life. The universe itself has told me that Hazel is my soulmate, and who are you to go against God? This
Look, man, if God is telling you that a child 3D character is your soulmate, then maybe it's time to switch religions. I don't know. Is soulmate ke soulmate?
has the DNA of that guy who killed his sister over his love of Clementine from The Walking Dead. Anyone remember that guy? It was this Nicholas Prosper. It was his sister that he murdered, right? I'm pretty sure it was.
Guys,
This
there's
is
no
some
way.
very, very, very disturbing shit.
As in baby
We
Clem.
talked about this on stream a while ago.
As an 8-year-old baby
But he
Clem. Look at this grown
became
ass
obsessed with
motherfucker.
Clementine from the game. A child, by the way. And I think it was he let his sister play the game and he was watching and then didn't like a decision that she had made. Why did you kill Larry in front of Clementine? That kind of thing. And then
Oh, he would have
killed
killed us. He would have killed. Oh, fuck. Oh, we would have been, because that's exactly what we did. That's exactly what we did on stream. No, that's crazy.
It was actually his whole family. He killed all
That's
of them.
terrifying as fuck.
What? Oh my god, what? It's been a while since we went over it, but I thought it was only one person that he killed.
Why are y'all killing Larry? Because Larry was a dickhead. Larry was a fucking dickhead. Also, he was about to turn into a zombie. I had every reason in the world to kill Larry, and so I did. But, like, bro would have fucking killed... Guys, yo.
It was his whole family?
Grown-ass man.
Yeah,
is
you're right.
crazy.
The
She's
Prosper
a
family
9-year-old
murders 18-year-old Nicholas Prosper murdered his mother Juliana, his sister and brother, and yep, all three had been killed by a double-barrel shotgun. He also intended to commit a school shooting.
A shotgun is
And
crazy
so-
when you can actually just go to the last checkpoint or the last episode, take it from there and make brand new choices. Like, it is actually literally not that deep. Also, for me, it's like, which, like, I'm obviously not advocating for, like, kill the devs or whatever, but, like, the devs wrote that storyline in for a reason. You know what I mean? The option to kill Larry, the option to not. The option to interact a certain way with Clementine, the option to not. So, like, you can't expect someone else to play the game exactly how you would play the game. It's a narrative. Make the narrative choices that best suit you. Also, you have, like, all of 2.5 seconds to make your decisions half the time. You know what I mean? It's like, brother, I don't know. Why didn't he just play the game again? Play the game exactly how you want to play it with the exact storyline that you want played like that. What are we fucking doing? But, like, yeah, sorry, I was saying that, like, the devs wrote that option in there. You know what I mean? So, like, why would you be blaming your sister for, like, a narrative choice that's in there? But also, don't kill the devs. Don't kill any. Just don't fuck.
Father survived. On September 16, 2024, his father, Ray Prosper, shouted, "I still love you, son. It's not your fault, okay?" That's just heartbreaking to hear,
Bro,
man.
it's better than me, man.
I couldn't even imagine being a parent and having something like that, where your son is a fucking evil monster. It must be the most difficult thing in the world to come to terms with.
Over a
And now
video
your
game
whole
character
life
that everybody ever is gonna play differently. Cause, like, at this point, nobody is safe. Every streamer who might play it differently, not safe. Every mang who might make different choices, not safe. Like, brother,
Everyone that you've loved, your
No.
wife, your kids are dead because of your son.
Yo, and he's the only kin you have.
That's
there,
just an
Lord.
entire brain breaker.
Lord, I would scream.
Prosper-
On June 30th, my sister decided to make the incorrect choices on the episode of season 1 of The Walking Dead. Guys, but, like, the choices are there to be made. Otherwise, we would have just been fucking watching like an animated fucking movie. You know what I mean? Like, yo,
Correct
he's
choices.
actually so
In
upsetting.
episode 1 of season 1 of the Walking Dead games.
It's the point, a
And
narrative
for that, her
game.
face will be mutilated further than necessary.
After mentioning his sister, he
What I'm trying to say is that to see you, Hazel's voice actress and co-creator, ship Devzel broke my heart. She's my wife and I love her more than anything. God hates you for getting in the way of Hazel's and my love. Soon you will feel the universe's wrath. Hazel
It's the use of religion to like try justify his thoughts that's actually just like particularly not sitting well with me, because what are we talking about? You know, like what has he spoken himself into to be so convinced that like he's making any sense at all?
is mine and mine alone. I love her, and she loves me. I will never forgive you for the hurt you have caused. I suggest you take down all the Devzel posts you made, the interviews mentioning it, and stop shipping them if you want a peaceful life. Hazel is canonically 10 years old, by the way. Well, yeah, that's pretty clear. It's Fairly Odd Parents.
Like, guys,
That Danny Phantom dude had a
I
YouTube
actually
channel
can't even-
too, right? Yep. Oh
even
God, what
deal.
was it called? Something Blaze.
once religion entered the room, that's when we lost the plot. I feel like in my head, ne, it's more that he had already lost the plot and he needed means to justify his actions, where like all this already doesn't make sense. But if it's a message from God, then it does. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm getting from this. This kind of
Was it
wild as
Andrew
hell.
Blaze or something?